Aaron has harnessed the gentlemanness, the kindness, the cuteness, the good-luckness, and the adventure of the Carpetbagger in his latest doll, the Carpetbagger doll.
There's been quite the fallout from Carpetbagger fans, from haters alike. Of course, Aaron Fechter of Creative Engineering has partnered with Jacob the Carpetbagger to make these really well-crafted dolls. With a price point of $111 plus shipping, most of the even hardcore, ardent Carpetbagger fans are screaming foul.
All right, gonna do an unboxing. Got my package from Creative Engineering. So excited. Of course, you got the Carpetbagger doll. I'll do a whole review on this guy himself.
No way. Look who's come to visit the Swedes.
Now, I know all of you are saying, where's my Carpetbagger doll? I can't buy them anymore. They're off of eBay. And that's because I sold out. I sold out really fast of the great Good Luck Carpetbagger doll.
Today's video is about Aaron Fechter, a man that needs zero introductions. You may know him as the founder of Creative Engineering Incorporated, or perhaps, more popular as of late, you may know him as the inventor of the Rockafire explosion, an animatronic band that took the 1980s by storm. You might have some fond memories of your childhood walking in the Sobiz Pizza. While your parents are guzzling down beers, you're chomping on some pizza and seeing Fats the Gorilla, Billy Bob the Bear just singing their hearts out on stage. Some nice childhood memories. So in the case of this video, I do want to say that I think it's important to realize that you can separate the artist from their work. While you may enjoy the Rockafire explosion and the characters it has to offer, you can enjoy the work separately while disagreeing with the ideology and the behavior, to put it lightly, of the artist. And that's really what this video is about, to criticize what I find absolutely abhorrent, absolutely disturbing behavior that has been coming from this man, Aaron Fechter. So to preface this video, I want to give my story, how I found Aaron Fechter and his work, and how I got involved in possibly one of the biggest rabbit holes I've ever seen from what should be child entertainment. So, this all starts with one singular Carpetbagger doll. This plush that was sold for a whopping $111. So on Aaron Fechter's Rockafire Explosion channel, he uploaded a video stating that he was in a partnership with Jacob the Carpetbagger, and that he was going to release these Carpetbagger dolls to the public. I didn't find out about this until Life with Aaron uploaded a video giving a very unbiased news report on what the Carpetbagger doll is. Now, these Carpetbagger dolls drew a fair amount of controversy, to say the least. There were plenty of points of criticism. Some people criticized the dolls simply for resembling the Carpetbagger, who has been in his own fair share of controversies. Some people saw that as an endorsement of the very disturbing behavior we have witnessed from him over the years. Others were mainly concerned about the price, which is a whopping $111. Not even the most loyal of Carpetbagger fans could justify paying that price for YouTuber merch. It's just not a reasonable expectation to put on people. So as expected, not many people were willing to fork up the money to buy this Carpetbagger doll. In fact, the only person I've seen that has publicly come out and said that they own a doll is Anthony from the Diarrhea Sapien channel, rest in peace. Or you may know him from the Wally and Tony channel, someone the Carpetbagger has publicly tried to slander as a pedophile. So to learn more about the Rockafire explosion, I joined their official Facebook group, which is currently managed by Aaron Fechter himself, and possibly some other people. I'm not too familiar of the current staff roster, because to my surprise, I was banned from the group. Well, not really to my surprise, but from this group, I was able to learn about the various different characters in the Rockafire explosion. I was able to talk to and meet various different fans who have done their own programming of these animatronics, who are trying to refurbish some of these, people who make fan art. It's a very passionate community, and a lot of nice people there. And oddly enough, this Facebook group was how I met Freezing Clock Hands. At the current moment in time, a lot of my posts in that Facebook group weren't really serious. I mean, it was just me dicking around most of the time. I even made this fan art of the Carpetbagger as this fucking Rockafire bear. You know, it's just a joke. I did get some praise in the group as well. Some people admired the artistic talent I put into it. I also did this fan art of the moon featured in the Rockafire explosion, and I wrote out this well-developed backstory of how the moon is an insomniac and a very underrated character that deserves more appreciation. Half joking, half serious, because I actually did research a bit into the moon's character to write out this analysis. It was just me having fun, you know, nothing against the rules, nothing to harass or attack other people, just flat out fun. If you want to call it trolling, call it trolling. But eventually I'd find out that myself, the Swedes who had also joined, and Anthony from Wally and Tony, we had all been banned around the same time. When I tried to reach out to Aaron Fechter himself, because he has a very open line of communication to him. He has his email address, which he responds pretty timely to. There were various methods of contacting him. None of them worked. He refused to give me any form of explanation. And we all figured it was the Carpetbagger that had some influence in this. Whether the Carpetbagger directly told him to blacklist us from that group, which I think that's a pretty fucked up thing, that the Carpetbagger, to this day, even after we made peace last year, is still messing with us behind the scenes. Or Aaron Fechter is trying to be a vigilante white knight for the Carpetbagger. But regardless, we all figured the Carpetbagger had some influence in this.
I know all of you are saying, where's my Carpetbagger doll? I can't buy them anymore. They're off of eBay. And that's because I sold out. I sold out really fast to the great Good Luck Carpetbagger doll.
And now that brings us to the first major controversy I want to discuss in this video, and that is the controversy surrounding these Carpetbagger dolls. And you might be asking yourself, how can there be so much drama, so much controversy surrounding these good luck charms that the genius mind of Aaron Fechter created to spread joy to every Carpetbagger fan across the nation? I mean, just about every one of Jacob's fans has a Carpetbagger doll in their living room, because it's such an affordable price of $111. Some people even have 5 of them in their living room because they're really just flying off the shelves. Well, the truth is they're not flying off the shelves. In fact, only a handful of them were actually sold. And that, I'm sure, is very disappointing to Aaron Fechter, considering he had a whole table of them, a whole assorted table of Carpetbagger dolls that he has to be fucking nuts if he thinks he's actually gonna sell. But the funny thing is, he claims he has sold out of them.
Now, I know all of you are saying, where's my Carpetbagger doll? I can't buy them anymore. They're off of eBay. And that's because I sold out. I sold out really fast to the great Good Luck Carpetbagger doll. But I'm reordering them. And if you want to place an order for the Carpetbagger doll, you can.
Well, that's what he wants you to believe. But the reality of it is, the reason he took them off of eBay is because he didn't like the select few people that actually did buy a Carpetbagger doll. Aaron Fechter is actively going out of his way to vet the customers who try to purchase this doll, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this doll cost $111. Like, seriously, at this point, just take what you can get. Why are you that petty that you're going to blacklist people from buying this merchandise? Now, right here, we have an email exchange between one of the Carpetbaggers fangirls and Aaron Fechter. As you can see in the corner of the email, there is Aaron's email address, aaron@starsof.com, his public email address that he uses for inquiries about the Carpetbagger doll. This person, this fan of the Carpetbagger, reaches out to Aaron Fechter doing just that, inquiring about the Carpetbagger doll, asking if there are still any left for sale, and if so, how can she get them? Well, Aaron responds, and the funny thing is, Aaron responds in a very peculiar way that contradicts what he said in the video. He states that he took down the video because he sold out and needed to order new ones. But right here, he admits to taking them down because the jealous Carpetbagger haters ruined it for everyone. So I'll read out that email for you right now. Yes, I have them, but took them off the market when some jealous Carpetbagger haters bought one and used it to make fun of my hero, Jacob the Carpetbagger. Alright, this guy is unironically calling the Carpetbagger his hero. You cannot make this shit up. There were about 4 or 5 of those creeps trying to buy dolls so they could try and outdo each other with their hilarious videos, featuring the doll in various inappropriate activities. So I said, screw this, and denied those degenerates the right to even discuss buying a doll, or for that matter, anything I sell, or to be a part of anything I do, and that of course ruined it for me and everyone. Aren't haters great for society? Now, it's a little bit ridiculous that he's blaming this on us. I mean, where is the harm here? What is the actual harm for someone like Anthony having a Carpetbagger doll? He's paying the full price for this merchandise. I mean, if you buy a product, you should have the right to do whatever you want with it. Hell, I mean, if you want to fuck the Carpetbagger doll, I mean, you should have every right to do that. You know, you pay $111 for this overpriced plus doll. I mean, you should be allowed to make videos and have fun with it. The fact that Aaron Fechter and the Carpetbagger are getting this triggered by it just goes to show how petty they are. And they're the ones losing out on this profit. I mean, multiple people would have been interested in buying this Carpetbagger doll if there wasn't this intense background check behind it. I mean, this fan right here got denied buying one. And then he says, so now the only way to get one is to get Jacob to personally vouch for you and tell me that he trusts you not to be someone who will use the doll for nefarious purposes. Alright, so that right there is just ridiculous. I mean, look at the Carpetbagger's subscriber count. Now, assuming these subscribers aren't all bots, assuming that there are real people behind these numbers, how do you expect the Carpetbagger to personally vouch for every single one of these thousands of subscribers? I don't know if that was the Carpetbagger's idea or if it was Aaron's idea, but it's beyond ridiculous. And then he says, I am willing to sell the dolls for $100 each. So he's lowering the price by $11, which is interesting. I guess he's lowering the price because he's that desperate to get rid of them. Oh, $11 less. That's quite the bargain, Aaron. I know it's expensive, but they were very expensive to make in small quantities. Yeah, meanwhile, he buys this whole fucking table of them that he's never gonna sell. Never in a million years is he going to sell these Carpetbagger dolls. This is like one of the worst investments I've ever seen. However, if you can get Jacob to vouch for you and tell me you aren't one of the creeps I want to keep the dolls away from, I will include shipping so you can love your Carpetbagger doll the way I love mine. See, he's so desperate to get rid of these Carpetbagger dolls that he's paying shipping for it. And also, I like how he's calling us the creeps when he's saying stuff like, I will include shipping so you can love your Carpetbagger doll the way I love mine. Yeah, I'm sure Aaron Fechter is loving that Carpetbagger doll every single fucking night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how I like it.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, you know how I...
Oh, yeah, do that.
Oh, wait, don't look now, but I think those guys with the camera are coming again.
Oh, they might be from National Geographic.
Ooh.
I keep my doll on the dash of my RV for good luck wherever I travel. Even Jacob himself carries his Carpetbagger doll with him on his journeys for good luck now. You know, I really don't think good luck has anything to do with it. I think the word you're looking for is narcissism. That's probably why he looks at a stuffed doll of himself 24/7. You know, that could be the reasoning. So let me know if you pass the Carpetbagger test by having Jacob tell me you're cool. And then you can send my PayPal account $100, and your doll will be on his way. Aaron.
There's no haters, no stupid people, no trolls, no thieves. In short, no losers. Okay, no big losers on the premium subscriber channel.
Now, I think it is safe to say that Aaron Fechter could be considered a child entertainer, because when you look at something like the Rockafire explosion and you have this brand that has talking, singing, colorful animals with goofy voices, cheerful personalities, you can bet that kids are going to be interested in that. You can bet that kids are going to enjoy that. And when you're a child entertainer, you know, you have this moral responsibility to be, you know, at least somewhat of a decent human being, because you have children idolizing you, children looking up to you, that'll try to emulate your actions, emulate your personality. And when you're a terrible person, well, you can bet that there are some children that are going to emulate these traits that you publicly display. And when these traits consist of bullying, that's when you have a real problem. The most recent victim of Aaron Fechter's organized bullying is a channel known by the name Chucky Entertainment. This channel uploads footage of themselves visiting various stores and recording performances of animatronics, you know, just performances they enjoy. This right here is a snippet of the video that prompted Mr. Aaron Fechter to violate YouTube's terms of service.
Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality.
As you can see, this is an animatronic performance of Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, I don't know about you, but the average person watching this performance would most likely enjoy it. I know if I saw this in person, I'd be clapping, I'd be dancing along, I'd be having a good time. It's a good performance. But the only person who had a problem with the video was Aaron Fechter himself. So, what does Aaron Fechter do? Well, instead of being a reasonable person and just clicking off the video, or just leaving a comment expressing his opinion and leaving it at that, he goes out of his way to organize an attack on the channel that recorded this footage. This is an email that Aaron sent out to his subscribers. It says, "Dear current premium subscribers and former premium subscribers, another day, another heartbreak. This time I am asking you all, my current cherished subscribers and former subscribers, to help me by viewing this horrible video and commenting on it, giving a thumbs down, and helping me shame this video off of YouTube. My comment, if it has been removed, was this. This is worse than when I hired a new employee to learn to program, and I handed him the buttons to see what they do, and this was his first attempt. Is this just a joke intended to ruin what the Rockafire really is? If so, it is an amazing success. I am sorry, but I cannot allow you to do this to the public image of the Rockafire. Everyone understands that BBWL, which is Billy Bob's Wonderland, is a joke, and the terribleness of that show is understood to be because of the neglect of the owner. But to actually publish something this awful on purpose, and ruin the possibility that the world may actually get to see a great Rockafire performance of this song someday, is definitely such an ignorant sacrilege. Alright, you heard that right. Aaron Fechter is so narcissistic that he uses the word sacrilege in reference to his work that I was not able to even watch this all the way through. Look what you've done to my life's work. How can anyone compliment this? Because it's a good performance. That's why people are complimenting this. You are the only person that has a problem with this video. Have I been wasting my time perfecting the synchronization of movements to music all these years? Yes, I am requesting that it be taken down. I can't believe that the fans are not horrified by this. Thank you for reading my true opinion of this most sickening insult, and I'm sorry to have to give such a negative but honest opinion of this joke of a programming job. And that some of the blame is the inability of the programming equipment to accurately replicate the program signals, blah 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 nerd nonsense. But this is why I will have to ask nicely. For now. See, he threateningly says that for now. You know, he's threatening this YouTuber with 2,000 subs. I mean, that is how petty Aaron is. That all home programming of Rockafire shows be kept off of YouTube. Wow. Thank you all for your help to get this removed by shame, so that I don't have to spend $5,000 in legal fees to remove this when YouTube ignores my demand. Well, no shit, they're gonna ignore your demand. You have no right to be filing copyright strikes on these videos. You don't own the rights to the footage. Of course YouTube would ignore it. And here he is saying that he'd be willing to spend $5,000 just to get this one video removed off of YouTube? Do you realize how nuts that is? Now I want to talk about the blacklisting that occurs in this Rockafire group due to Aaron Fechter and his narcissistic outlook, where, just like the hero that he idolizes, he only wants to surround himself in yes men, people that kiss his ass and worship him like a god. So as I mentioned before, I met my girlfriend Freezing Clock Hands through the Rockafire. She was, and I probably shouldn't be saying was, I mean she still is, but she's a very dedicated fan of the Rockafire explosion. She's mentioned that in a few videos, actually. She probably knows more about the Rockafire than Aaron does. And then the moment she started dating me, Aaron goes out of his way to just make things harder on her. He doesn't outright block her from the group or anything, but he just acts so fucking weird, so passive-aggressive. He goes out of his way to try and slander me as someone who's been bullying him, which, you know, at the time, Leah knew that was a bunch of bullshit. Eventually, it got to the point where she made a remark that Aaron Fechter was paranoid because of just the batshit insane stuff that he would post on his social media accounts. Like on his Facebook account, he said the reason he left the Facebook was because he's so paranoid about the government and Mark Zuckerberg monitoring every single thing he does. Which, I mean, if you're that worried about being monitored, I mean, you might have something to hide. I mean, Aaron Fechter really thinks he's someone of interest worth monitoring. You know, I really think the government has bigger fish to fry. But she leaves a random comment calling him paranoid on just in casual discussion on Instagram somewhere. And then Aaron somehow finds that comment, and then he blocks her on every single thing he can, and responds by saying, "This would be banned on Facebook. They don't want you to know this. Call me paranoid, you stupid little block German girl. But you're the one who will be eating bats when the new Green Deal takes away all your potential to be free and prosperous." And then he links this InfoWars video of Chinese people eating bats, apparently, which has nothing to do with anything, unless Aaron Fechter's trying to make some racist comment about her dating me. I'm not even Chinese, Aaron. You can fuck off with that shit. That's how petty and insecure this man is. And now she's also having other people start to block her on their social media that were members of the Rockafire group that would occasionally message her pretty positively. You know, pretty positive interactions just out of nowhere. She's getting blocked. People are sending these messages accusing her of stalking Aaron and his friends, like all this crazy shit. That sounds very familiar because it's another page out of the Carpetbagger's playbook. Because this exact same shit fucking happened to me the moment I started criticizing the Carpetbagger for falsely slandering people as pedophiles. Suddenly I get slandered as a pedophile myself. That's how fucking batshit insane some of this shit is. And another point of criticism at Aaron is that he uses his Rockafire brand to further his own political agenda.
And now you lose your job if you ever said nigger.
And regardless of whether or not you are, you know, conservative or liberal or whatever, I personally, I'm not here to argue politics with anyone. I mean, I'm independent. I see all the different sides of the fucking spectrum, alright? The point here is that you shouldn't be using a child brand, a child entertainment brand, to shove politics down people's throats, which is what he uses this account for. Here he's making a post about Islam, and in response another user commented, which this is fair criticism, saying, "Can you maybe make a different account for this horseshit? Some of us care about the animatronics," which is literally everyone that follows that account. Most people follow the Rockafire explosion account because they care about the animatronics, and instead of considering this criticism, Aaron responds like a whole month later, just lashing out at this person, responding with, "I'm not interested in pandering to your fetish. If you have no interest in my mind, my heart, and what truths the man behind your fetish believes in, go find another hobby that just wants to take your money and leave you culturally and politically ignorant and bankrupt." Alright, so he's just accusing this person of fetishizing the Rockafire explosion, just out of nowhere, when that's not even what the tweet is about. They then respond by saying, "What the fuck is your problem? Why would you accuse your fans of having a fetish for enjoying your goddamn art? Fuck you." And then, a month later, Aaron is still responding to this, saying, "You clearly were the victim of bad parenting. Shame on you." Oh yeah, you got him, Aaron. Shame on you. If I were your dad, I would take you behind the woodshed, light your ass up with a switch, and then hand you over to your mother to have your mouth washed out with soap, and then I would teach you respect. You know what respect entails, Aaron? Respecting other people's political opinions. I'm not saying his political views should be censored, but there's an account that you should be using for that, and it's not your brand account that's aimed primarily at children. So in conclusion, Aaron Fechter is a paranoid nut job. Thank you and good night.